Hey guys, this is Tetsuo Amiru-kun, and today I'm going to be doing a deck profile of my Narukami deck from Gbt-12 from this box over here. Yeah, I bought my box like a few weeks ago and it was totally worth the effort of getting it. I got some supports from this deck right here, and the deck is Dragonic Kaiser. And so far, oh yeah, I would like to apologize for not be uploading videos so far. It's because that pretty been busy with stuff, personal stuff, and yeah, I'm lazy making videos and stuff. So I'll try my best to make more videos in the future. Now I'll be doing my deck profile. I'm using this Hard Rock Drago kit. The reason I'm running this is because it's better than its Saishin is better, but this one helps you to bind. And yeah, if you can see here, the effect is, you guys can see it. Let me do that sign. Oh my god. Alright, the effect is bind this unit. Oh my god, I'll make the light of it. Alright. Right, rest this unit. Your opponent must choose a card from his or her drop zone and bind it face up. So if your opponent does not have a card in the drop zone and cannot bind, you can flip one and then give one Thunderstrike ability +3. Problem is, if you don't have a Thunderstrike ability in your deck, you're just gonna use this effect rest and then rest and just bind. All you do is just binding. And then the second effect for this one is Thunderstrike fall, put this unit into the soul, choose one of my units, gets 3k, and then my opponent choose one of his Regards and try and bind. So it's the same thing as the G Guardian, which is better and gives power boost, gives power to that unit. Right. Next, I'm gonna show you my grade 3s. I'm still running the same mode for Kaiser, for Kaiser Crimson. Yeah, so Kaiser Crimson's effect is Legion, Limit Break. If you're a Legion mate, gains the Limit Break. It's a free cost. Instead of Vermilion counterblasting 3, you just whack the front row for free, so it's good. The third effect is, or second effect, so +1, if you have another middle column, this unit gets 2k, so it's good. So if you Soul Blast out, if you have a huge amount of soul, or you're really looping the Legion, you can just Soul Blast it out and +2, so you can hit for numbers with this. Yeah, you can hit around 30 plus K column. Next, running 3 mates, Dragonic Kaiser Vermilion. I didn't really explain here because Dragonic Kaiser Vermilion, if you guys know, can blast 3 +2k. Still whack your front row, no matter how much you try to block it. Because I had one match, he was so stupid. He wanted to defend his rear guard so much, he just perfect guard, and then guard, same thing, and then he let the vanguard hit. I like, what? Just mind blown. Then last but not least, I'm running the card from BT09, Clash of the Knights and Dragons, Dragonic Kaiser Vermilion the Blood. Well, the only player that uses this one is only me. And yeah, the only ultimate break unit in Narukami, counterblast 3 +5k +1 critical, and it's a cross-right unit. So yeah, Vermilion, so +2, yeah. So against +5 and +1 critical, and it whacks the front row and destroys your opponent. So yeah, I'm running all Kaiser build just so to fix the perfect column, since I am striding onto warning during the late game. So yeah, I don't mind the background music. Is just playing the Vanguard Jiggy Zack opening. Next, for grade 2s, I am running, I did change it up a bit. Well, Chatura did get a reprint from Gbt-12 Dragon's Awakening. I'm running 3 Dragonic Death Scythe. I don't have to explain it. It's like a Berserk Dragon. Can blast 2. Place the Vanguard Rear Guard Circle. You are able to burn a grade 2 or less. Then, as normal always, I'm running 3 Chatura. You don't want to run 4. If you run 4, you're gonna ride him, and it's gonna be a bad thing. So yeah, I don't have to explain. I think you guys know. This unit cannot attack a rear guard because I don't know why. It's continuous effect. So another second continuous effect is it always gains 3k, and if the attack hits the vanguard, you may catalyst one, draw one, and then pick one of your opponent's drop zone and bind. So it's kind of pure pressure, and plus it's good, very good. to annoy your opponent just so to bind. It's like, oh shit, oh man, Chatura is hitting me with 11 or 5 or even plus thanks to that Gbt-12 or whatever. So it's kind of good. You're adding more pressure. And last but not least, I'm running 4 Plasmatron Dragon from the new Dragon's Awakening. And what I like about him is that when you GB1, reach GB1, when you placed it on rear, you just straight bind your opponent's drop zone, which is amazing. And then his best one, Thunderstrike 4, Catalyst 1, he gets 2k for each card in your opponent's bind zone, which is so good. So let's see if I have, my opponent has like 20 cards in the bind zone, he gains 2 times 10, 20 will be 40k on its own, plus with a booster behind Chrono, it would be damn big, like hit like 60k plus, which is so good. So that's all my grade 2 lineups. Now for my grade 1s. Give me a second. I am still running, as always, for Crown Holder Dragon. So when a Kaiser in its name attack hits, choose up to one of your units and this unit +2 and +2. So you're stacking up. So if Vermilion, Crimson, or the Blood attacks the front row, he still gains max around 6k power. So you're able to reach this guy from 13k booster, which is why I played 4. And he's from the Fire's Collection Winter, if you guys can see properly. He has a double rare. So yeah, he's good and it's a compulsory to run. If you don't run this in the Kaiser deck, I don't know what to say to you. And I am obviously running two black shields and 2 gold shields of vanguard gold. Yep, just perfect arts. And next, running Rising Phoenix. It's good that if you're re-looping Crimson and rewriting Crimson and Legion all the time, you may Soul Blast 2 and draw 1, so it's good to. And if you have a great 0 Malevolent Djinn, the critical trigger, you can also move to the Soul and give 1 unit +3, and you're able to do early draws and game for that rush. That's what I would always do in my games. Then next, running 2 Ceremonial Bonfire Eradicator Castor. So let's say if your hand really sucks, when it's placed on rear, if your opponent is 2 or less, you may drop and draw. So this is a good tech card if you wanna run, if you guys wanna run, or you can run any other offensive cards rather than this. But for me, my hand was always suckish, so I have to drop and draw and then get better cards instead. So it's like recycling the drop zone, and then you get a new card, which is perfect. And remember what I tell you, that I'll always run 2 Stratfathers. I've decided I'll run 3. And you wanna know why? This one's from Gbt-12, and these two are from Gbt-02, and this one is from Gbt-12. If you can see the difference here, and from the flavor text. Silence not a single word more, and one is if you're a warrior, communicate with with a sword. She's actually very good. And so Stratfather +2, and the first effect I'm not gonna explain because I'm just running this for Stratfather. That's it. Alright, that's all for my great ones. Now for my trigger lineup, the best part of this one. I'm running 3 Spark H, 2 Yellow Gem, 4 Malevolent Djinn, move to Soul +3. That's why I tell you guys earlier that this deck is good if you really want to plus the power and give more power bonus to your rears and more advantages. And 3 draws. Basically, my deck, only in this Legion deck, I'm running max of 3 draws, because if you're running 4 draws, you're gonna deck out so easily. And then, yeah, I'm a player for Crimson. I mean, like, for Crimson deck, you have to be aggressive and then being extreme to whack your opponent's front row every time. Yeah, so that's why I run 3 draws. And don't run 4, because in a Crimson deck, you want to hit based on pressure and aggressiveness. That's all. 2 heal savable and 2 heal of this. Yeah, so that's it. And next for my G zone, don't get bored here. I'm trying to entertain you guys as best as I can. G zone, I am running one Lightning Dragonite Zoras. First try, attack hits. Your opponent must pick one variant turret, and then I choose up to 2 of your opponent's draws and bind them. So it's good for first try. You just bind 2, which is good. Next, running 4 Dragonic Kaiser Warning, the best final finisher in game. Wax everything, and then you are gonna reach your rear guard to up to 30-40k plus column. You attack hit 3. So its effect is, sorry if you can't see because it's GR. So it's generation break 2, counter blast 1, flip the same copy as this guy, and you're able to whack a front row. If you attack hits, you give up the 2 units and they get 5k. So yeah, good for peer pressure and good for final finishing games. Yeah, I got 4 GR, so it's kinda, yeah. And I won Fighters Collection 2017 Concrete Supreme Dragon Closer Dragon. So when it's placed on Vanguard Circle, retire all Fighters Regards, and then this unit gets and your opponent's draw zone, and bind all your cards in your opponent's draw zone and bind them face up until you return all of your units. If you guys can see to the glare. Yeah. So if you guys can't see, okay, I'll just explain here. Then this unit gets all of your units gets 2k for each card of all fighters bind zone. This can be a first or second finisher. It depends on whether you want to use him or not during the late game. Well, it all depends on the player basically. If you want to use this as your finishing game or not. Usually I would run this first strike, then I mean like second last late game I'll use strike this, or either I'll just use warning and whacking, then that's it. But he gets a huge bonus thanks to give me a minute. Yeah, thanks to Plasmatron's effect. He gets 2k for each. So when he plus 2, all of it, this unit stacks until 30k plus, like 37, 35, more than that. Then next I'm running Dragonic Vanquisher Voltage. The same as it's the same as Zoras, but even better. You have to flip the same copy in order to use this effect. And then yeah, flip another copy. And then the third generation break 3 effect is during a turn, if all the units in the you get 3k for each kind your opponent's bind them, so it's pretty good if you because closer voltage stacks a lot of power, because I intend to bind cards from my opponent's draw zone to the bind zone very quickly thanks to Hot Rod's effect, because you are just gonna rest and bind during the next turn, so it's cool. And do not be triggered, or don't get angry by this, or don't laugh. And lastly, don't get triggered. That's what I say. That's what I just said. I'm running one Dragonic Concrete Supreme Dragon Dragonic Vanquisher V Buster. I love the first effect, so last one. But the problem is I don't have I only pull this from a pack, so the only main focus I'm after is this Generation Break 3. All of your units in the front row gets 5k, and this unit gets +1 quicker and +1 drive, and Thunderstrike 7. So how do you achieve Thunderstrike 7? Simple. You're using this. You're using that. You're using this. You're using this. The three, there are 6 main focus. Is this, and this, even though I don't have an extra copy, but yeah. So the 5 key points when you do use 5 key points you want to know is that this binds and rested, this one hits pressure and then you draw and bind, while this one placed on rearguard and bind, while this one placed on vanguard circle, everything retires and your opponent's bind zones have to be bind face up. And this one attack hits, you bind, you retire, and then you pick 2 of your opponent's draw zone and bind. So you have to remember it. This one stacks because GB3 it gains plus 3k for each kind of opponent's bind zone in the front row. So you're giving 3k to all your units in the front row for each kind of bind zone. So it's important that you take note that this deck first strike cannot be Vanquisher Voltage. It has to be something cheap first. Zoras. I know it's very rare that people use Zoras, but you have to use, I mean, like, I use Zoras cause of my own personal opinion and perspective of my own playstyle. But yeah, alright, that's why I'm running only one. So yeah, that's it. +5 and +1 critical, +1 drive, and that critical can actually pressure the opponent. When your opponent has 5 damage, he has to perfect guard or G guard for this, and because you're gonna do 4 checks, and if you see my trigger lineup, they won't even escape this one. So yeah, that's all. And now I'm running for the generation guards, for the G guards I mean, two Lightning King Spirit Emperor Vitra, and Thunderstrike 1, he gets 5k for 1 card in the bind zone. That's it. Yeah, I'm only running 2 is because of the cost later. I'm showing you later. Next, I'm running 2 Bulwark Dragon. Bulwark's skill is Thunderstrike 3. His shield is plus 10,000, and then at the end of the battle, this is placed on Guardian Circle. For every 4 cards in the bind zone, he gets choose up to 1 of your rested unit opponent's front row and retire it. So only rested unit front row and retire. So yeah, and it's plus 10, so it's good. If your opponent has no front row, who the heck cares? You still gain that 10k shield. And this is what I'm talking about. I'm running 2. I'm flipping Vitra for just him, because your opponent must retire the first generation break 1, choose a face down G Guardian and turn it face up, and then your opponent must pick one of his rear guards, retire, and bind it face up. That's the first skill, is good. The second skill is kind of confusing. Some people actually used it, and some people don't because of the first effect already. And the number of your rear guards is less than your opponent by 2 or more. Let's say if your opponent has 2 rear guards and I don't, your opponent must retire, forcibly retire, and it's pretty good. Your opponent has only 1 rear guard left if he, yeah, so he can't do no shit. And lastly, I'm running 1 Air Element Rectum, because my hand size is not that great because of the vermilion, the blood and stuff on my hand, or some useless cuts from my hand, so I just drop and draw. It gives you hand advantage, which is good. And last but not least, I'm running Mystic Wisdom Creation Brahma. It's a good 10k shield, better than Vitra. So his skill is that when he's placed on Guardian Circle, I bind 2 different grades and he gets 10k, so it's amazing. So yeah, even though it affects the Legion, still, yeah, that's it. Alright, so that's all for my Dragonic, Kaiser, Crimson, Legion deck profile. Well, I still got more deck profiles to go, and I'll show you my incomplete Dragonic Descendant deck pretty much soon. So this is Tetsuya Mirokun signing off.